Unfortunately, as Christians, we won't be able to be sinless on this side of eternity, but at the very least, we can sin less. If you're curious as to why Christians can't be sinless like Christ, even though the power of the sin nature has been broken off of our lives and we've received the Holy Spirit, it is simply because of the flesh. Galatians chapter 5 verse 17 puts it plainly, "For the desire of the flesh is against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, for these are in opposition to one another, in order to keep you from doing whatever you want." In Romans chapter 7 verses 21 through 23 says this, "I find then the principle that evil is present in me, the one who wants to do good, for I joyfully agree with the law of God in the inner person. But I see a different law in the parts of my body, waging war against the law of my mind and making me a prisoner of the law of sin, the law which is in my body's parts." So it's because of the flesh that we are unable to live sinless lives. However, we as Christians, because we've been freed from the slavery of sin and we've received the Holy Spirit, surely can sin less. Hence the reason for why the Bible tells us in Galatians 5:16 to walk by the Spirit that will not gratify the desires of the flesh. As you grow in deeper intimacy with God, you get to know Him better, you're drawn nearer to Him, He will sanctify you and make you holy as He is holy. And He'll conform you to the image of His Son and make you more like Him. And during this process of sanctification and being made holy as the Lord is holy, we do eventually as Christians begin to sin less. And as you grow in the fear of God, you grow in the love of God, and your desires are more towards God rather than towards the flesh, you're going to continuously begin to sin less. And scriptures as well tell us that those who belong to God don't even make a practice of sinning. So there's an earnest expectation that after a period of time, we will escape a habitual sin and will begin to, again, sin less. So while unfortunately on this side of eternity we will not be able to be sinless, again, we as Christians can sin less. And we should continuously strive for the holiness without which none will see the Lord, and try our best to get into a state of sinning less. And for anybody that's unsure on whether or not they can do it, I just want to tell you, yes, you can. Because the same spirit that was within the apostles and the same spirit that was within Christ as He's walking here on this earth is the same spirit that's within you. And the same God that they serve is the same God that we serve. And if He can do it for them, He can also do it for you. So I hope that this help brought you some clarity and perhaps you learned something new. If you want more content like this, go ahead and drop a sub or a follow. If you want to hear more teachings from me that are outside of short form content, I would recommend you join my Bible classes every single Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Google Meets.